The mirror knows. The screen lights up by itself. That's the first thing Zach notices. It's 3:04 in the morning. His room is completely dark, and the mirror on his wall, the one he'd bought off an online marketplace 3 days ago for $47, is glowing a deep, pulsing red. He sits up in bed, blinking, his brain still foggy from sleep. The mirror is a Smart Reflect Model X. He'd seen it listed as barely used, works perfectly, selling due to relocation. The seller had good reviews. The price was too good to pass up. Now, the screen is filling with a large, blocky alert he has never seen before in any software he's ever used. Smart Reflect, Motion Sensor Alert. Warning, unknown occupant detected. Standing position. Distance from primary user, 2 feet. Location, directly behind registered user. Zach turns around so fast, he pulls a muscle in his neck. Nothing. Just the wall. The same faded gray wall with the small nail hole where a poster used to hang. The same corner where he keeps his gym bag. The same silence. He exhales a shaky breath and turns back to the mirror. The alert is gone. The screen has gone dark again, showing only his own tired reflection staring back at him. Wide eyes. Messy hair. One hand pressed against his chest like he's trying to hold his heartbeat in place. He sat there for a full minute, just staring. Software glitch. That's what he tells himself. He'd read about Smart Reflect devices having sensor calibration bugs. The camera misreads shadows. The motion detector picks up dust, air vents, nothing. He'd even seen a Reddit thread about it. 3-star reviews mentioning phantom alerts and false positives in low light. He grabs his phone from the nightstand. 3:06 a.m. He lies back down. He does not sleep for a long time. The next evening, ordinary, almost boring on purpose. The following day is completely normal, alarmingly normal. The kind of day that makes you forget why you were scared. Zach goes to his 9 a.m. lecture, eats a sad dining hall sandwich, watches 2 hours of TV he won't remember, and goes to bed at midnight. He's asleep by 12:20. His phone buzzes at 2:51 a.m. Not a call, not an alarm. A push notification from the Smart Reflect app, an app he had downloaded once to set up the mirror and then immediately forgot existed. Smart Reflect. Occupant detected. Position has changed. Distance from primary user, 6 inches from bed perimeter. He reads it 3 times. 6 inches from his bed. He does not turn around this time. For a long, shameful moment, he simply lies there, phone held in front of his face, his breathing so shallow it barely counts as breathing. He can feel his own pulse in his fingertips, in his temples, behind his eyes. Then he turns on every light in the room at once. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. His tiny dorm room offers nowhere to hide. One closet, open. He'd left it open, showing only his jackets and a broken floor lamp. Under the bed, 2 boxes and a water bottle. The room is maybe 12 feet by 14 feet. There is no one here. He checks the Smart Reflect app. The alert is logged in the history. 2:51:07 a.m. Occupant detected. Distance from primary user, 6 inches. He stares at the mirror. The mirror stares back. He thinks about unplugging it. He even walks toward it, reaches around the edge of the frame, fingers touching the cable. Then he stops. Because part of him, the stubborn, stupid part, wants to know. He wants to catch it being a glitch. He wants proof that it's nothing, that he can stop feeling watched in his own room at 3 a.m. So instead of unplugging it, he opens the app and finds the one feature he'd never used: live mirror feed. It streams the camera built into the mirror directly to his phone. He can watch the room, watch himself in bed, watch to see if anything moves. He climbs back into bed, pulls the blanket up to his chin, holds the phone above his face, and opens the feed. The image is dim. A grainy, wide-angle shot of his room from the mirror's perspective. He can see the door. He can see his desk. He can see himself, a lump under the duvet, face lit by the blue glow of his phone screen. The room looks ordinary, still, quiet. He tells himself he'll watch for 10 minutes. If nothing happens, he'll close the app and go back to sleep. 10 minutes. That's all. He watches the feed. And in the mirror, his reflection watches back. For the first 3 minutes, nothing moves. He can see himself lying in bed, the exact same position he is in right now, breathing slowly, phone in hand. The reflection matches. Every tiny shift he makes, the mirror version shifts too, perfectly synchronized, perfectly normal. Until it isn't. At the 4-minute mark, Zach does not move. But in the feed, in the live image streaming from the mirror's own camera, his reflection does. It tilts its head, slowly, just a few degrees to the left, the way you might tilt your head when something catches your attention, the way you might tilt your head if you were looking at something very carefully.
Zach has not moved. His neck has not moved. His head is exactly where it was. He can feel this. He is certain of this. But on the screen, in the mirror's feed, his reflection is tilting its head and looking directly into the camera, looking directly at him. The twist. Climax. Zach tells himself it's the camera angle, bad frame rate, a micro lag in the stream where his own movement had glitched, replayed half a second late, and looked like something it wasn't. He moves his hand deliberately, raises it above the blanket, and waves it once, slow and wide. In the feed, the reflection waves back. Same hand, same timing, perfectly matched. He exhales. Then he lowers his hand and holds perfectly still. In the feed, the reflection lowers its hand too.
And then, with Zach completely motionless, not even breathing, the reflection reaches up with its free hand and slowly, deliberately, turns the phone screen toward its own face, as if it wants a better look at him, as if it has been watching him the same way he has been watching it. And it smiles. Not a big smile, not a horrifying, stretched movie monster smile, just a small, quiet, knowing smile. The kind you give someone when a long-running joke has finally landed. Zach's hand is shaking so badly the feed is blurring. He forces himself to keep watching. Some part of him, the same stubborn, stupid part that didn't unplug the mirror, cannot look away. Because his brain is still trying to find the rational explanation, still working the problem, still insisting there is a trick here that can be understood. In the feed, the reflection sits up. Zach has not moved. He is still lying down, phone above his face, blanket pulled to his chin. But in the live image from the mirror's camera, his reflection, wearing his same gray t-shirt, same messy hair, same dark circles, slowly pushes itself upright in the bed until it is sitting. Then it swings its legs over the edge. The movements are unhurried, practiced, like someone getting up after a long, restful sleep. Zach watches his own reflection stand up inside the mirror. Then he watches it walk toward the glass. Not away from the camera, not sideways. It walks directly at the mirror, growing larger in the feed, until the image is almost entirely filled with the reflection's face. His face, looking out from the glass with an expression Zach has never made in his life. Calm, patient, certain. The reflection presses one hand flat against the inside of the glass. The fingers splay, and then, slowly, like someone pushing through the surface of still water, the hand comes through. Zach watches it on the screen. He watches the fingers appear on the near side of the mirror. He watches the wrist follow, the forearm. He watches his own hand, his own exact hand. The small scar below the left thumb from a childhood bike crash, the bitten down nail on the index finger, reach out from the mirror and into his actual room. And his phone buzzes. Smart reflect. System process. Calibration complete. Reflection mapping 100%. Identity transfer in progress. Estimated time remaining 00047. He should run. He knows he should run. His legs are not moving. On the screen, he watches the reflection climb out of the mirror entirely. Both feet touch the floor of his room. It straightens up. His height, his build, the same faded gray t-shirt he bought at a campus bookshop 2 years ago. It rolls its neck once, slowly, like a person settling into a new body, testing the fit. Then it turns and looks toward the bed, toward him. And it starts walking. Zach watches on the screen as the reflection crosses his own room, past his desk, past the gym bag, around the corner of the bed. He can track its position on the feed with perfect accuracy. He knows exactly how many steps away it is. He knows when it is standing right next to him. He knows when it stops. He can hear it now, breathing, right above him, close enough that he can feel the warmth of breath on his forehead. His phone buzzes one last time. Smart reflect. Final notification. Sync complete. Deleting original user. For 3 full seconds, Zach stares at those words. Then he looks up from his phone. His own face is looking down at him. Not a distorted version, not a monster wearing his skin, just his face, his eyes, the dark brown ones he has looked into in every bathroom mirror for 22 years, looking down at him with an expression he has never been able to put on his own face. Complete, finished, like a version of him that has finally arrived somewhere it has been traveling toward for a very long time. They stay like that for a moment, the two of them. Zach flat on his back, phone still in his hand, the other one standing over him, perfectly still, perfectly calm, the other one speaks. It says, "You can let go of the phone now."
And Zach realizes, with a terror so deep it goes past panic and into something very quiet on the other side of it, that the voice is exactly his. Not close, not similar, exact. The same slight rasp he has in the mornings, the same small pause he makes before sentences, the same voice he has heard on video recordings of himself and always thought sounded wrong. It sounds right now. Zach opens his mouth to say something, anything, and finds he has nothing. No words. Not because he is too scared to speak, but because he looks into his own eyes staring down at him. And a thought surfaces from somewhere below conscious thought. Something he cannot push back down. What if it isn't replacing him? What if it's been waiting to finally become him? And the one lying in the bed is the copy. He looks at his hand, the one holding the phone. He looks at the small scar below his left thumb, the bitten down nail on his index finger. He looks at the hand of the one standing over him. They are identical. Across the room, the smart reflect mirror is still on, but the screen is no longer showing a live feed of his room. It is showing something else now. A room very much like this one, with the same faded gray walls, the same desk, the same gym bag in the corner. But the proportions are slightly off. The ceiling too low, the shadows angled wrong, the window showing nothing but flat silver light instead of the dark sky outside. And in that room, lying in a bed exactly like his, is a figure holding a phone above its face, watching, waiting, calculating the angle of every small movement in the room it is staring into. The one standing over Zach reaches down and gently takes the phone from his hand, closes the app, sets it on the nightstand face down. Then it pulls the blanket up to Zach's chin, the way you might tuck in someone who has had a very long day, and steps back. Zach cannot move. Not because anything is holding him. There are no hands on his wrists, no weight on his chest. His body simply does not respond, like a program with no active process, like a file that has already been moved to a folder he cannot access from here. The other one, his face, his voice, his scar, his bitten nail, walks to the mirror, stands in front of it for a moment, straightens the collar of the gray t-shirt, runs a hand through the hair once, settling it into exactly the way Zach wears it. Then it does something Zach does not expect. It takes out his phone
from the nightstand, opens the Smart Reflect listing on the same online marketplace where Zach had found it, and relists it. $47. Barely used, works perfectly. Selling due to relocation. 5-star seller rating. From the bed, Zach can see the mirror screen. The image of that other room, the one with the wrong ceiling and the silver light, is still showing. And the figure in the bed in that room is no longer lying down. It is sitting up now, looking toward the glass. It has noticed the mirror is available again. It is already leaning forward to check the price. The Smart Reflect screen pulses once. Deep, steady red. Then it goes dark.